Welcome, and just thought I'd go live, have a bit of a chat. Now, I've got this new camera I'm using, and it follows me around, but it's turning the wrong way. Come back, camera. No, it's running away from me. Hello. Here we go. Keeping away. I don't know why it's running away. Anyway, so we're going live, and today I'll talk about a few things. And what I want to talk about is, that's better, stay with me, here we go. And it's turning around. We're going to talk about land tax. So a lot of people ask what's happening with land tax here, and it's still running away. Hello. So, hi, George Markoski, Positive Property. How you doing? Just a quick update. Christina's making some dessert in the background, as you can see, and not that I'm trying to show that, but the camera's turning around for some reason. And I've got this new camera, and what it does, it follows you around. This way, camera, here we go. It's supposed to follow you around, and it's really cool, except it doesn't do what I want it to do. Anyway, so thanks. South Australia, if you want to invest in property in South Australia, what I suggest you do is be very careful. And at the moment, South is a no-go zone, as in don't invest in Australia. That's just the way it is. And what's the thing is, until we hear further from the government about what's going on, then we'll find out. Now, hopefully now I can talk to this camera without the camera turning around too much. So South Australia is a no-go zone. What else is happening in the marketplace? Well, Melbourne is definitely a no-go zone because Melbourne really hasn't got the best, Steve's going around, hasn't the best, how do you say, return. It's less than 3% at the moment, so it's negative, so we're not going to do that. You can see my whole house this way. You're going to have to walk around. Anyway. So, where is it that we're investing at the moment? We're investing in southeast Queensland, in Brisbane. We came back from a trip from Brisbane to find some properties, some of our members, and we've got some amazing properties there. Unfortunately, they're all gone now, completely and utterly gone, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for more. It's hard to find good stock because what we're doing, we're looking for property, is one thing we're looking for is looking for the demand ratio. Demand-supply ratio has to be very strong, as in there's going to be a lot more demand supply. Now, it's very hard to do in the wrong area, but you can get that. And this is giving me a exercise. I love this. I keep looking around. So anyway, so what we're going to do is look at market cycle timing. Now, market cycle timing is what's happening in the market cycle. So what happens is the market cycle timing is good if the area's going up for a long time because that means it's going to go up. So let's say, for example, over a 10-year period, properties double in value on average. But what happens is for 2/3 of the time they do nothing. So market cycle timing, what that does, it looks at what's happening there, sees if they've done nothing for a while, and therefore it's more gonna, think we can turn it around this way? Nope. See if we can actually get it. This is funny, I'm gonna walk around. So, when you balance out your demand supply ratio and timing, then what happens is, I'm gonna move this somewhere easier to walk around because it's a little bit difficult. So when you balance out your demand supply ratio and your market cycle timing, that's when you know you've got a really good property. So usually, if you've got a good supply and supply ratio and you've got the market cycle timing right, what's going to happen next is we're going to look at the cash flow. And a lot of good quality properties, the problem is because they're in blue chip areas, cash flow is not very good. Because when you're looking at blue chip, you get very low return, and therefore they're costing you $300, $400, $500 a week. But we know that game because that's going to be hard to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at properties that are around $20, $30, $40 a week. I call it the coffee a day system. Basically what happens is if you can afford to have a coffee a day, you can afford to actually buy property. Now, I'm not suggesting you give up your cafe latte or your mochaino or whatever it is, but if it comes between investing in property and having a cafe latte, I know what I'd rather do. I'd rather give up my latte. I still love having my latte, I still get them, but I still buy property. So that's what we're looking at doing. And so, demand supply ratio in Adelaide may go down because of the new land tax rules, and land tax could destroy the property market and the economy in South Australia, which is bad news because after 16 years of Labor, we thought the Liberal government would give us some change, but it looks like the leaders of Australia are determined to make South Australia last, and they're doing a good job of it. Back in the 70s, there was Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide neck to neck, and now we've dropped behind Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, and pretty soon Darwin and Hobart are going to be out, unfortunately. Now, I'm a big fan of South Australia, big fan of Adelaide. I love it, and I really think if we can get the right government, do the right stuff, make it more competitive. We're the most expensive state in Australia when it comes to energy, when it comes to land tax, when it comes to all sorts of stuff. So we're very non-competitive. It's just really shit. So anyway, that's my rant for today. Trying out a new app. Hasn't worked exactly the way I wanted it because I keep having to follow it around. But the good news is I get to exercise while I talk to you and everything like that. So look, love to hear what you want to hear about. So please hit me up, message me and let me know what you want to find out about. I'm happy to, in this group, Positive Property Club, or on my personal page, I want to give you as much value as I can and really see if we can get you investing to the next level. Because what's happening at the moment in Australia is what's very exciting. See, if you go back in the 70s, and imagine if you had 10 properties in the 70s. I mean, properties then were worth, about $5,000 to $10,000, right? Imagine it'd be worth now if you bought 10 properties in the 70s. Imagine if you had a DeLorean, you had a time machine, you had back in time. How amazing would that be? Well, guess what? We're actually approaching a once-in-a-generation lifetime opportunity right now in the property market in South Australia. And if you missed the last boom, it's not your fault. But the news is, even if you missed the last boom and you didn't make any money on property and didn't become a millionaire, where a lot of people did. I mean, I made over $1.1 million last year out of property, which is pretty cool. But that's the reason I'm there is because I've had property for 20 years. You don't make that money overnight like a lot of people say. It takes time. And no, you can't make $1 million overnight either. But if you invest now properly and follow the principles and spend $20 a week over the next 10 years, you too can make millions of dollars out of property as well. That's the whole point. It's a long-term thing. Property is made through accumulation, not trading. And that's a lot of people get that wrong. It's not about renovating, buying and selling. It's about buying. Make money buying. You don't go make money selling. You just keep buying and buying. That's what you do. And that's the key. So anyway, hit me up. Ask me any question you want. We want to give you a lot of value. But this once-in-a-generation boom that's happening at the moment, you missed the last boom, it's not your fault. You missed this one, sorry, but it's your fault for being ignorant. And, it's up to you to get educated and find what's going on. What's happening is we're doing one last workshop this year before I go overseas. So September the 4th in Adelaide, I'm doing a workshop. I'm personally going to be doing it. We've only room for 75 people and it's filling up quick. It's a $90 a ticket. I'm going to put the link in down below. We may have a few spare tickets available, but otherwise 97, it's still worth it. And what's happening is September the 7th, I'm flying to UK, I'm going to London, and then you're not going to see me for a while because I've been travelling around the world doing things and actually spending time with my coaches to become a better coach for you, because it's important to practice what you preach. And I believe having a mentor and a coach in the area you want to become great at is very, very important. So it's important. Anyway, have a happy Monday night, and I'll talk soon. I think it looks like dessert's ready. Bye-bye.